So hello students. Now in this video I am going to discuss with you the human nervous system, and I have written here the classification, the different parts of the human nervous system. And if we can study through these parts, okay, one after another, then it will be easier for us to understand the entire neural system and how it works. Okay, it will be easier for us to understand. So if you look at the human nervous system, central, peripheral and the autonomic. Okay, so three major divisions of the nervous system or the neural system. Okay, central nervous system, if you look into, then you can see that it is brain and the spinal cord. Okay, little bit of overall function also I will be sharing with you. So if you look at the central nervous system, brain and the spinal cord. Okay, now this brain, as we know, okay, and inside our cranium we see the brain location, whereas spinal cord is there inside our vertebral column. Okay, there is a neural canal, okay, through which the spinal cord, okay, located in which. Now the brain, if we look into, forebrain, midbrain and the hindbrain. Forebrain is the front part, middle part and the hindbrain. Okay, three divisions are there on the basis of its position, okay, location if you look into. Now this forebrain, if you see, now what are the major parts of the forebrain are there? You see here olfactory lobes, cerebrum and diencephalon. Three important parts of the forebrain. Okay, olfactory, which is responsible for our sensation from the nose, all different smells and all we get through this part, whereas the information directly goes to the brain from the olfactory lobes. Now, it is in the, from the olfactory nerves, the information goes to the lobes, which is located in the brain. Cerebrum, which is there located in the front part, which is the largest part of our brain, you can say, where we see the presence of grey matter, white matter. Okay, we see the sulci and the gyri also, that we will discuss details in the class. Okay, so cerebrum is a very important part. Okay, if you look at the outer part of cerebrum, it is the grey matter, inside it is the white matter. Grey matter is nothing but the accumulation of the cytons, whereas the white matter are the accumulation of the group of the axons, that is the white matter. Cerebrum mainly, as you know, responsible for our intelligence, our memory, our analysis power, okay, our reasoning, our aptitude. Okay, all these are the important functions are done by the cerebrum. Okay, whereas the diencephalon, if you look into, diencephalon, epithalamus, thalamus and the hypothalamus, three important parts are there. Basically these parts, thalamus, hypothalamus, all these parts responsible for the secretion of different hormones. Okay, for example, hypothalamus, if we look into, hypothalamus releases a hormone known as GnRH, okay, gonadotropin releasing hormone. I'm just giving an example. So this hormone is secreted by the hypothalamus, and the function of this hormones is to control over the secretions of another endocrine glands. For example, like if you look into the master gland, the pituitary gland, so that gland is activated by the hypothalamic hormone, the GnRH, for example, and these hormone stimulate this hypothalamus. The hormones released from hypothalamus stimulate the pituitary gland, which ultimately releases many of the hormones. For example, if GnRH released from hypothalamus, and if it stimulates the our master gland, it will be releasing gonadotropin hormones. For example, LH and FSH are those hormones, and they perform their specific functions. So this is how all these glands, okay, they secrete hormones and they control over the secretion of another glands. If you look at the now midbrain, cerebral peduncles and corpora quadrigemina is the major part located in our midbrain. Okay, controls of many of our everyday functioning that we will be discussing in details in the class. Now we look at the hindbrain, the posterior part of the brain, which divided into cerebellum is there, pons valvuli and medulla oblongata. Okay, cerebellum is one of the function. Let me tell you, is like maintains a body posture. Okay, a body balancing function that is controlled by the cerebellum. So an alcoholic person, okay, whose cerebellum is mainly affected, that's why when he walks, he can't control over the body balance. Okay, because the cerebellum get affected. Okay, pons varoli medulla oblongata, they controls body's involuntary functions, for example. Okay, so body's voluntary involuntary functions are controlled by this part. Okay, this hind brain, which is very very important. Okay, next you look at the peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system, you see cranial nerves 12 pairs, spinal nerves 31 pairs. Okay, so the different cranial nerves means the nerves which are located in our this cranium part. Okay, that connects our facial parts also. So this part where we see the 12 pairs of cranial nerves. If you look at the spinal nerves, 31 pairs. So spinal cord, various parts are connected. The 5 divisions are there, starting from the thoracic, cervical, cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacral, coccygeal. All these different groups of nerves there, which connects to the spinal cord to all parts of the body. Okay, so this is one, and it definitely helps in transmission of the impulse from the different parts of the body to the spinal cord and then to the brain, and also helps this by bringing back the signal to different parts of the body. This is the function of the cranial and spinal nerves. Okay, if you look at the autonomic nervous system now, autonomic nervous system, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Okay, so sympathetic means this nervous system controls our body functioning during any emergency situation. Okay, like increasing heartbeat, increasing breathing rate, okay, increasing blood circulation. Understood? So during any emergency situation, it prepares our body to tackle the situation. Understood? Whereas parasympathetic nervous system does the opposite thing. Okay, it normalizes everything when the emergency situation is not there anymore. Okay, so normalizing all the changes in the body that takes place during the emergency situation. So that is the function of the parasympathetic nervous system. So you can see that each and all this nervous system controls many of our body functioning. You can say almost all, almost. Okay, so if you look this is the control, the coordination matter. 2 types of coordination there in our body: chemical coordination, nervous coordination. So nervous coordination is done by this part. Chemical coordination done by the hormones. Okay, so this is how body is functioning. All the biochemical functioning, physiological functioning, everything is controlled by our this neural system and then our hormonal system, the chemical coordination. Okay, this is how in coordination the neural and the chemical part they helps in controlling all the functioning of our body. Okay, so this is all about the introduction part of the nervous system. Okay, this is a basic idea what we are going to study in details in the chapter. Okay, so thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you.